inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no, real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey there. Okay, you know me, just in controversial mood always. You really got to be careful what you ask for because you literally just might get it. I put a post up on Facebook the other day, and it's because I was just sitting and reflecting, and I'm going to say something about teachers first. And you guys know me. I always promise to bring what I say back around again. But I have this issue because when I was going to college, I first went to community college in my home city. And I had been going for 2 years. I was a little confused about what I wanted to do in my life, what I wanted to major in. I was going to stop going to school. And I had quite a few credits. And a friend of mine came to me and she was like, girl, you just need to get you the right job. Everything will be okay. You got enough credits. All you need is 60 credits and you can sign up to be a substitute teacher. My girlfriend couldn't find a job with her degree. And so she just signed up to do it. She can't stand kids, but she'll deal with it if that means she gonna get a check to pay her bills. And me and my naturally controversial self, I laser focused in on the whole, she doesn't even really like kids, but she's able to get this job and she can do this because she has bills to pay. And when I was coming up, when I was still very, very young in elementary, I just remember that grandmotherly like figure, that man and woman that were like, I'm your secondary parents. You're with me all day long, level, looking after you. I have high expectations for you. I see past all of the drama, and no matter where you come from or what you're going through, I see you and you're not having a really good day and it's going to be all right. That's where I come from. And I think back to that time, back around 1996, and I look at the education system today, and I saw a video and they were talking about all these teachers, I believe it was Ohio, that decided to walk out because they're exhausting all of their money in order to be able to buy just some of the simplest things in order to be able to, adequately teach their students. They couldn't get more money. They couldn't get funding. They actually lost more than what they ended up trying to negotiate for. And a lot of the teachers went and did something else. And I looked at them cry because they were so upset because they really cared, but the system wasn't working for them. And I feel the same way about coaching. It's like I really, really want to make some money. And so I'm going to be a coach because if I'm a coach, then all I got to do is this and this and this. And then people will come and listen to me because I'm so smart and I know this. And then I'm going to make a lot of money. And the reality of it is that coaching is a very passion driven, let me say that again, field to go into. And as an entrepreneurial endeavor, you are dealing with people who may have never been in the spotlight, that now all of a sudden need to get past all of these nerves and do a live video or go to a networking event and have confidence and say, this is my thing that I created. Please don't hear the stammering and the stuttering in my voice, the shaking, and buy my stuff, like me, accept me. A lot of these women were never liked or accepted in their schools or by their parents or their peers. Have we taken the time to really think about that? Because I deal predominantly with women, and most of them have mama issues. For those of you that listen to the episode the other day called A Mother's Pain, entrepreneurship brings you across the paths of people who have a lot of stuff to deal with. Is that you? Are you in denial about the stuff that you have to deal with? You got this upside down, sometimes grade, or this dysfunctional relationship, for instance, with your mother. I had a client, and I remembered she would be kind of in and out in the way that she showed up in her business. And what it all boiled down to is she would get into these high levels of frustration and distraction whenever her and her mother would get into an argument. And the argument was 9 times out of 10, it wasn't even anything about business, but it would attack her morale and it would distract her mindset so strongly that she just wasn't showing up, and she would have to recalibrate and get back on that horse and ride it again. And we had to have some very uncomfortable conversations because she had to set up boundaries with her mother. She had to get out of the stereotypical mindset of, well, this is my mom, and so this is how you treat her. No, we did not disrespect mama. No, we did not say you can talk to her and treat her any kind of way. But what we focused on was, who are you, baby? What's your value and what's your worth, and how are you supposed to be treated? That takes work. That takes time. I remember I had another client who had this issue with standing up in her business, and as smart and as brilliant as she is, she kept hearing the voice of an aunt who, ever since she was a little girl, critiqued and criticized everything she did. It was never good enough. And so when I would be like, come on, you're brilliant, get out there, do your business, show your stuff, what she would hear in her head is that it isn't good enough. I need to perfect this. I need to perfect this. What tapes are playing in your head? Be careful. I'm not saying that it isn't all right to have automation, but the coaching industry is a people industry. And there's some things that should not be automated. Going through a little system in order to, pick out, colors or fonts, maybe you can do that. And even with that, I don't know, because I'm not a graphic designer. A lot of times that whimsical print or that cursive print says a lot about your character. And so it would be better and easier for someone to get to know you and the message that you're trying to convey to your audience, so that they can even pick a font for you instead of you picking a font, or whatever for yourself. But the point is, most entrepreneurial endeavors, unless you're somewhere like creating paper clips in a factory, or something like that, if you're creating a service to serve people, then you've got to deal with your BS, and you got to be willing to make connections. And so I ask you, are you like some of those teachers who took on the job to teach because it would pay the bills? Did you jump into the entrepreneurial arena, especially the online aspects of it, because in your mind you were saying this would be a good way to make money? Because I'm going to tell you, it'll only last for a second. And I don't want to get into the whole conversation, about the suicides and stuff like that, because I don't want the conversation to go down the wrong path and we start talking about money doesn't make you happy. That's not what all of that was about. Money does not make you happy, but having it doesn't mean that you're using it to hide unhappiness either. But the whole thing is I'm just saying, you cannot jump into this online arena because you think you see a way to make some money and do a business that is surrounded and dependent upon people to be a part of it, and you do everything in your power to not have that element. And so some of you, that's what you're asking for. You're asking for the easiest way to do things, and the easiest may not be the most efficient or the most beneficial. And you may find yourself getting access to things that will only take you so far, but won't get you exactly where you need to be. Coaching is a passion-driven business. And you've got to be about people. You've got to be about the long haul. Otherwise, as I said in another episode, you could end up being collateral damage for someone else. So yeah, I know that this week so far has been, kind of sombering or reflective. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but the things that we deal with on our journey, they're real. They're very, 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 very real. And we have to talk about those things because it's the things that we want to push to the back burner and say, let me go ahead and do what I got to do to run my business. Those are the things that are secretly holding us back, and we're not able to run our business. So just a little food for thought. Make sure you're aligned with your passion. Not that I want you to get out there and do it for free, but you should ask yourself, what I'm doing right now, would I do it for free? I can tell you right now, I can, I would, and I have. Okay? So you guys get out of here and get out there and beast your business. This is your girl, August Crenshaw. Holla at you later. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you.